Hello, nice to have you join us on the news at 5, reaching you live from Channels Television's global headquarters in Lagos, Nigeria. I'm Dominic Iwiwa, and these are the stories and reports we're tracking at the moment. The United States has reinforced Nigeria's security efforts with the delivery of key military supplies to Nigerian security agencies. In a statement shared on X today, the United States Africa Command, AFRICOM, confirmed that U.S. forces delivered critical military equipment to their Nigerian partners in Abuja. According to AFRICOM, the delivery is aimed at supporting Nigeria's ongoing security operations and highlights the strong security partnership between both countries. This development follows earlier assurances by the federal government that the United States is ready to deepen security cooperation with Nigeria. That commitment includes enhanced intelligence sharing, defense equipment, and other strategic supports to strengthen the fight against terrorism and violent extremism. In November last year, the federal government dispatched a high-level delegation to Washington to expand security collaboration and explore new areas of partnership. The delegation was led by the National Security Advisor, Nuhu Ribadu, and held strategic meetings with senior officials at the U.S. Congress, the White House Faith Office, the State Department, the National Security Council, and the Department of Defense. The police have confirmed the attack on Otobi community in Otukpo local government area of Benue State, where 4 persons, including the House of Assembly candidate for Otobi-Akpa State constituency on the platform of the People's Democratic Party in the 2019 general election, Mr. Igabe Ochi, was killed by bandits. The attack, which happened at about 1:30 a.m. on Tuesday morning, followed Sunday's night's kidnapping attempt at Eku Ora Odaba in Otobi, but was foiled by the Community Volunteers Guards commander, Mr. Ocheme Jackson, and his team, prompting a high security alert in the community. Local sources confirmed that the community has been singled out by suspected herdsmen for attacks, following the killing of 13 persons on the 15th of April 2025, and another attack that claimed 3 more lives in May 2025. Given further insights, community sources explained that the attackers may have taken advantage of the window of opportunity to attack and began shooting when the surveillance team from the railway crossing into Ijami part of the Otobi pulled back to rest at about 1:30 a.m. According to the police, investigation has commenced to arrest and bring the perpetrators to justice. The Kaduna State Police Command says it has successfully repelled an attack by armed bandits in Giwa local government area of the state, neutralizing 2 suspects and recovering firearms. According to the spokesman of the Kaduna State Police Command, DSP Mansur Hassan, intelligence revealed that the bandits, led by a notorious kingpin identified as Kachala Sanusi Bajira, were mobilizing to invade Idisu village of Bayan Kogi of Giwa local government area after residents failed to pay an illegal levy imposed on them. He explained that the Commissioner of Police then directed operatives of the anti-kidnapping unit in collaboration with members of the Civilian Joint Task Force to move into the area. On arrival, the operatives encountered the bandits, who had laid an ambush and immediately engaged the security team in a gun duel. The police, however, overpowered the attackers, neutralizing 2 of them, while others fled into the surrounding bushes. During the operation, 2 firearms and 5 rounds of live ammunition were recovered. The police in Kogi State have confirmed the arrest of some suspects in connection to the attack on the Obajana Divisional Police Station. The Assistant Inspector General of Police in charge of Special Operations, Mr. Alonyenu Idu, stated this during an on-the-spot assessment of the police station. Mr. Idu adds that efforts are ongoing to combat banditry in the region. At least 1 person died during the attack, which was repelled by joint operatives comprising the Immediate Response Team, Quick Response Team, Counter-Terrorism Unit, Police Mobile Force, Divisional personnel, and members of the Vigilante.
Obajana community in Lokoja local government area of Kogi State has been a hotspot of attacks for some time. The latest incident is an attack on the divisional police headquarters in the area. According to the police, bandits stormed the police divisional headquarters in the area. However, a combined team of operatives retaliated and foiled the attack. The Assistant Inspector General of Police in charge of special operations, along with the Commissioner of Police and other officers, visited the scene to assess the situation. The police explained that the recent attack was in reaction to the coordinated air and ground operation that dismantled the bandits' camp, disrupted their criminal network, and neutralized several suspects in the area.
Those people arrested are assets to us now. I assure you that the people of Bajana and the corridors here should be rest assured that they are free from fear. We're here with them, we're here for them.
One person died in the incident with several injuries. The injured are receiving treatment. Residents call for strengthening of security in the area.
Around that 10, sharp 10, that is when it started. Up to 1 or after 1, the thing was still sounding, seriously.
That is my first experience. But we thank God that God saved us. Nothing happened to anybody. And we really appreciate our policemen, our soldiers. They really try.
The police also revealed some of the strategies of the bandits, assuring residents of their safety.
The attack pattern of the bandits, they are in different echelons. Those who do kidnapping do that to finance their purpose. Those who come for special degrading attacks, they are their special forces. And they are embedded within soft communities that you will not know. And that instructions have been given, that soft communities should be reviewed.
The police is assuring members of the public to support law enforcement by providing timely information and reporting suspicious activities to the nearest police station.
Now, farmers and herders in Jigawa State have appealed to the government to take decisive action against offenders to end recurring clashes in the northwest region. They say encroachment on farmlands, grazing reserves, grazing routes and water points is responsible for the prolonged conflict between the two groups. Speaking at the meeting, the chairman of the All Farmers Association of Nigeria, Jigawa State Chapter, Awal Garba, called for strict enforcement of laws to protect both farmers and herders. Also speaking, the chairman of the West Africa Rearers Association of Nigeria, Abubakar Mustafa, urged respect for designated grazing routes and emphasized dialogue as the key to lasting peace.
Most of our farmers, they are having some difficulties in one way or the other, especially whenever they want to access a credit or some grant from the federal government or either from the state government. So that is why we have organized this forum in order to create more awareness and to create more peaceful coexistence between ourselves so that we can enlighten our members from all nook and crannies, from all the commodities association, from all farmers herders association, to see that how can we live under one umbrella.
There's a lot of things happened since time before now. Let me, for instance, to talk ourselves truly, to be sincere with me. What I'm going to say is to be sincere with yourself that as you as the herder, or herders either from Nigeria or from out of the country, don't, if you know this is the rules, or this is a farm, particularly, please don't even close it because you know it's prohibited, even Islamically. And based on what is good, we know nobody above the law and law above anybody. So we respectively, we have to fear Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala within in our mind to say that this is not reality, because anything that if you're going to do it, you know, it can hurt another somebody. So Islamically is prohibited. Any farmer is rearer and any rearer is farmer. So that we are together, we are going to we are collaborate, we need each other and we need to understand each other and we need to come together to promote peace and progress within our communities.
The Southwest Zonal Office of the Ministry of Solid Minerals Development, working alongside the Department of State Services, Kwara State Command, has intercepted 7 trucks suspected of illegally transporting lithium ore within the region. According to the Zonal Mine Officer for the Southwest, Ganiyu Ajibade, the crackdown followed credible intelligence received on Thursday, 8th January 2026, indicating that a convoy of 12 trucks had been mobilized to remove lithium ore from an active mining site in Shaki, Oyo State. The operation revealed that the convoy departed Shaki at 11:30 p.m. on 8th January, reached Igbeti early Friday morning, and continued towards Ilorin, Kwara State by 7 p.m. 7 trucks were apprehended between 9 p.m. and 10 p.m. along the Okolowo-Eyin-Korin Expressway in Kwara State. One driver escaped, abandoning his vehicle, while the others were taken into custody. The Tertiary Education Trust Fund is set to disburse 2.52 billion naira to each university in its 2026 intervention cycle, while polytechnics are to receive 1.871 billion naira each, and colleges of education will receive 2.056 billion naira each. The Executive Secretary of the fund, Mr. Sonny Echono, disclosed this in Abuja to stakeholders' engagement with heads of benefiting institutions on the 2026 disbursement guidelines. Mr. Echono explains that the total direct disbursement accounts for approximately 90.75% of the funds, with annual direct disbursements at 50% and special direct disbursements at 43.75%.
It's a stakeholders' engagement as heads of tertiary institutions converge on Abuja at the instance of the Tertiary Education Trust Fund for the disbursement of the 2026 Intervention Fund. Under the annual direct disbursements, 271 benefiting institutions will receive allocations aimed at strengthening critical physical infrastructure, enhance academic programs, boost research and innovation, and drive overall transformation across Nigeria's tertiary education system.
Under the 2026 disbursement cycle, the total direct disbursements amount to about 90.75%. So over 90% is going as direct disbursements to our institutions. Under the annual direct disbursements, we have a total of 271 beneficiary institutions, which will receive allocations as follows. All universities will get 2.525 billion naira each. All polytechnics will get 1.871 billion naira each. And all colleges of education will get 2.056 billion naira each.
The meeting also discusses the need for tertiary institutions to support Nigerian scholars and the effective utilization of funds allocated to them.
Most importantly is to involve Nigerians to know what TETFUND is doing and to know how the funds given to TETFUND are being utilized. And on the whole, we need Nigerian support in order to succeed.
Over the years, TETFUND interventions have significantly enhanced infrastructure development, academic staff training, research and innovation, library development, and the general learning environment across our universities and other tertiary institutions.
Highlight of the 2026 disbursement is the introduction of a new intervention line, which is the Nigerian Research and Education Network. The new intervention line aims to improve access to global academic resources and to integrate the tertiary education, research, applications and services platform into the network with effect from the 2026 intervention.
You're watching the news at 5 live on Channels Television. Still ahead in the world of business, the Nigerian Customs Service begins a new standard of procedure implementation for courier firms. That's in the world of business when we come back. Welcome back. The Kaduna State Quality Assurance Authority has taken another step towards strengthening education across the state, as the State Schools Quality Assurance Authority has distributed motorcycles to education monitors to improve school supervision, particularly in rural and hard-to-reach areas.
In a bid to enhance effective supervision and improve quality of education delivery, the Kaduna State Quality Assurance Authority is distributing motorcycles to education quality assurance officers across the 255 wards in the state. The initiative, according to the Director General of the authority, is aimed at addressing mobility challenges faced by education monitors, enabling them to regularly visit schools, assess teaching and standards.
50 motorcycles are being distributed to our officers to enhance mobility, ensuring that no school is too remote to be reached. Furthermore, he has approved funds to pilot our new point-based whole school evaluation tools. Visibility and professionalism have also improved. Our officers now wear official reflector jackets and caps that symbolize authority and credibility in the field. Through the Edu Monitoring app, members of the public can now participate in monitoring, reporting observations around schools in real time.
There is no human endeavor that does not have a regulator. And that is why the state government some years ago deemed it necessary, in view of the burgeoning population of Kaduna State, that has necessitated the establishment of newer and newer schools. So the state put up the Quality Assurance Agency to ensure that standards are adhered to.
The distribution also complements ongoing reforms, including the use of digital tools to strengthen data collection and reporting from schools, and aligns with the Kaduna State government's commitment to accountability, quality assurance, and improving learning outcomes in public schools.
Quality Assurance Agency is doing a very good job, and we sought at the level of the government to strengthen it to even do better by recognizing the staff that have done very well and then providing motorcycles for quality assurance officers to do even better. It is necessary for us to strengthen it so that it will be #1 schools regulatory agency in the country.
With improved logistics and strengthened oversight, the Kaduna State government says it remains focused on raising education standards and ensuring that every child has access to quality learning.
We head over to Kano State, where the state's government has announced plans to train 50,000 youths across the state in 2026 as part of its strategy to curb unemployment, reduce poverty, and promote self-reliance. The announcement was made by Governor Abba Yusuf during the distribution of empowerment packages to 2,260 graduates of 8 entrepreneurship skills institutes at the Government House in Kano. Our correspondent Sadiq Eliasu reports.
The open arena of the Government House, Kano, came alive as beneficiaries, government officials, and stakeholders gathered for the distribution of empowerment packages to 2,260 graduates of entrepreneurship skills institutes across the state. Addressing the gathering, Governor Abba Yusuf announced that his administration will train 50,000 youth in 2026, describing the initiative as a strategic investment in the future of Kano State.
Let me say that this is not just a gesture of support. It is an investment in your potential. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, this initiative is part of our broader vision to combat poverty, unemployment, and youth restiveness in Kano State. I am therefore pleased to inform you that our government is targeting over 50,000 youths for various programs in the year 2026 alone. Our focus remains clear: to build a self-reliant, skilled and empowered population that will contribute meaningfully to the growth of our dear state.
The governor assured that each graduate was leaving with both certificates and tools, including seed capital, to enable them start sustainable businesses and become job creators. Giving a breakdown of the empowerment packages, the Commissioner for Finance, Ismail Amaraya, listed the beneficiaries and items distributed across the various institutes.
Your Excellencies believe in our collective ability to deliver has been both humble and motivating. We remain fully committed to justifying this trust by carrying out our responsibilities with dedication, transparency, and excellence.
In a goodwill message, the Speaker of the Kano State House of Assembly, Jibril Fargori, commended the Governor for prioritizing youth empowerment and pledged the continued support of the legislature.
On behalf of Kano House of Assembly, I appreciate your developmental drive and I pray that the tempo will be sustained in your remaining 6 years.
Beneficiaries from informatics received laptops and phone repair kits, while graduates of livestock, poultry, and fishery institutes received day-old chicks, feeds, and medicaments. Others received driving licenses, horticultural tools, tablets, external hard drives, and AI recorders, along with cash support ranging from 50,000 to 100,000 naira. Sadiq Ilyasu, Channels Television News.
In the world of business, Nigeria is set to formally regulate its artificial intelligence AI sector as lawmakers prepare to pass legislation that would tighten oversight of a fast-growing digital sector long dominated by global tech firms. The Director General of the National Information Technology Development Agency, Kashifu Abdullahi, made this known during an interview with journalists. Mr. Abdullahi explained that if the National Digital Economy and E-Governance Bill is passed, Nigeria would be among the first African countries to adopt an economy-wide regulatory framework for AI. The National Assembly is expected to approve the bill by the end of March this year. Meanwhile, Nigeria has been ranked 72nd out of 188 countries in the 2025 Government AI Readiness Index, placing it among the top-performing countries in sub-Saharan Africa. The Nigeria Customs Service has commenced the implementation of a new standard operating procedure regulating courier companies operating under the delivered duty paid. Under the new SOP, courier companies intending to operate under the DDP regime are now required to obtain a license from the NCS Headquarters License and Permit Unit under the Tariff and Trade Department. In a statement issued by the Comptroller General of Customs, Bashir Adeniyi, the NCS emphasized that operators must submit mandatory documentation, including Corporate Affairs Commission registration papers, valid courier licenses, and a formal application to operate under the DDP framework. They added that all licensed operators are required to submit an advanced electronic manifest at least 24 hours before shipment arrival. And that's it on the news at 5. I'm Dominic Iriwu. Up next is The World Today. Enjoy the rest of your evening.